So this recipe is poop soup, and it's aptly named because that's exactly what it produces, the effect in your body. Not because it tastes like it or looks like it, fortunately. Now, I first came up with this recipe and did it on the Kerri Anne Show in Australia in the mid-90s, and the switchboard at the television network lit up because everyone wanted to know how to make this soup that was going to make them poop. So to start, we're going to use some beautiful little French green depuis lentils. So you want to cover them and have them sit for at least 8 hours. You can do this overnight, or if you know you're going to be making the soup after work, you can just soak them in the morning. And I even have some pre-soaked in the fridge sometimes, but you just cover it with spring or filtered water and then just cover that and let it sit for about 8 hours. Then, once your lentils have soaked for about 8 hours, you're going to want to drain the liquid. So if there's a little bit in the bottom there, they absorb all the liquid. Whatever's left over, you want to drain off. Now we're going to start off with an onion. So just simply cut it in half and then peel off the skin. And then from there, you're going to dice it. Next is garlic. So just basically take off that end bit there, smash it, and you can choose to grate it, mince it, or just slice it with your knife. So for this recipe, one of the big things is mushrooms and brown mushrooms. So you can use cremini or portobello. So if you can't find a nice dark portobello, they're not available, you can just use cremini and you're just slicing it thinly. So instead of washing your mushrooms, you want to brush them because you don't want them absorbing tap water. For the broccoli, we're going to start off by taking the florets off of the stalk. And then what you can do is once you've got your florets, you just break them up into bite-sized pieces, or you can cut them into bite-sized pieces. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the stalk. This is something that most people throw away, and it is so delicious that once you know how to actually use it, you'll never throw away another broccoli stalk again. It's simply a matter of taking the end part, and you can either slice it off or peel the outer fibrous layer. When it's up towards the stalk, it's usually so tender you don't need to do that. Then I just slice it into long kind of pieces and then slice it thinly. So now you have all your mise en place done, your preps done. You're going to start off by putting about a tablespoon of cold pressed coconut oil into a saucepan. Now, really important that you don't have your heat too high because you don't want the oil to start breaking down because that's not going to have this cleansing effect on the body. So just a nice gentle heat, and once that's melted, you're going to add in your onion. And you're going to start to sweat the onion. Sweating's different than sauteing because you're not going to work up any of the colors and caramelization. So we're just gently heating this. You're starting to draw out the aroma and flavor compounds. And once that's starting to get a little bit tender, you're going to add in your garlic. And again, really important that the heat is nice, low, and gentle, just to draw out the aroma compounds because we don't want to cook it at a too high of a heat, otherwise it's going to burn and go bitter, and it's not going to have that lovely cleansing quality that this soup is known for. Now we're adding in our mushrooms, and again with the mushrooms we're going to sweat them. So it's just literally a matter of cooking them gently until their juices start to release. And you can see that happening. There'll be quite a distinct color change and texture change. And now we're going to add in our broccoli, and we're going to add in the lentils, and make sure you drained off all the liquid from the lentils. And then we're going to top up the soup with water. So just enough filtered water to cover, and you want to make sure that you're using a nice clean water. Chlorinated tap water, again, is not going to have the cleansing effect that you want the soup to have on your body. And bring it up to a simmer, a very gentle simmer, and you're just cooking it until the broccoli is tender. And the great thing about soaking those lentils is that they'll actually cook before the broccoli cooks once they're soaked. And I just usually finish this with a bit of sea salt, natural sea salt, and a fresh ground pepper. But if you want it to have even more of a cleansing effect, omit the salt. And there you have it. This is the famous poop soup, famous for the fact that it brings that effect on your body, but it tastes delicious. You just want to make sure that you're consuming it not too far away from the smallest room in the house. So for more delicious recipes like this that won't spike your blood sugar, are super easy to prepare and absolutely delicious, Click the link below to find out more about our 21-day sugar-free challenge.